Distinguished professors, distinguished participants, welcome to the 20th anniversary ceremony of the Turkish Psychopharmacology Association. I would like to invite the milestones of the Psychopharmacology Association. Now I would like to invite Mr. Çetin, the founder of the association. Thank you. And from all we from everywhere from the world. We hosted many guests so long, so I tried to write down all the welcome words in various languages, and I welcome you all. And this is the 20th anniversary of our association, and thank you very much. And I would like to extend my thanks for joining us for the celebration of this 20th year. And here, the participants here, our colleagues, all the ones who have made effort for this organization have they provided the opportunity to convene together here. And the psychopharmacology association was established in 2005, and since that time onwards it has been it has undersigned many activities, and among them there are journals and books. And apart from this, we also have the psychopharmacology congresses that were carried out. And one of the features of this psychopharmacology congress is that we have the motto, we mind the brain and we share the knowledge. And here, as per these mottos, we think that we consider sharing with everybody. So for that reason, the accumulation of yours are lost actually, and in the meanwhile, they are also translated via simultaneous translation, and they are also broadcasted, or they are just broadcasted on YouTube as well. So Psychopharmacology Association pays attention to collaboration and networking, meeting, and so far, I think we have we had or we invited more than 500 speakers from all the world, and we also had the opportunity to meet them in person. And I don't know to which extent, of course, we were able to succeed in all this, but this you on YouTube, you can see all these videos, video footages on the YouTube, and I also copied and took some of the videos from this website as well, or YouTube actually. And the most important thing is that I will be talking about 2005 to 2012, and afterwards Mr. Kemal will have the say. In the first instance, it started being as national ones, and then it turned out to be international afterwards. And some of them are here were participated with the valuable colleagues. And this year, you know that we have in the organization committee, Mr. Kemal, Mr. Mücahit, and as well as the international president, Mr. Eric Vermeulen is with us here. And as of 2016, we had the international presidents as well. And among them, in 2023, we lost Brian Leonard and also Serdar Dursun and Dost Öngür could not join us because of their intense program. And Mr. Dost Öngür had a coincident or coinciding another coinciding congress, so he could not participate. And apart from this, in 2019, Mr. Ha with us, and then Professor Ha with us, and I do not count though. I think that he joined us at least for 8 or 9 times, or 9 or 10 times, and he also brought his colleagues from us. And also in 2022, we also had our colleagues, and also from Canada, we had a co-president, and also from Harvard in 2024, we had also Marek. And the next year's president is among us as well. I would like to extend my thanks to them, to all of them, and I'm very grateful to them that they're with us here, and I thank them very much for cooperating with us. And Mr. Eric Young is with us, who will be the next year's president. So the Congress, if we would just look into these Congresses, David Holster, I think he was here for 8 times, if I'm not mistaken, and same feature, and Koinganger was here with us 3 times, and David Nutt as well. And the international speakers have been with us for twice, and Yango as well, and Rakesh once again, and Miss Mihriban. Mr. Mihriban was with us as well. And how many have you been here? 6 times, I guess. And Angelus Halleris, I think, joined us at least for 3 or 4 times. And I would like to mention their names here. And some of them, you will see the pictures of some of our distinguished speakers. We couldn't provide them as all, but in some of the slides you will see their pictures. And the first one was held in Istanbul in 2005. It was quite done as a very modest way, and Feyza was very young then, and she was awarded and a prize there. And then in 2007 the second Congress was held in Istanbul, and in the invited speakers were from the world. Tim Crow was very well known then, and David Nutt, and Stan Kutcher once again, and Trevor Robbins, Gaga, and Phil Cohen, Norbert Miller, and also deceased Attila Turgay, dear Attila Turgay, and especially there is a Turgay scale in ADHD, and Serdar Dursun and Glenn Baker was with us. And now in this Congress, VIP and Psychopharmacology, TAP, we had the joint symposium, and the moderator was Tim Crow then. And Ali Safet Gönül is there as well. Are you here with us right now? Okay. And then once again, and Trevor Royans was very well known, and once again, we carried out the joint symposium, and David Nutt was the first time, and then Stan Kutcher's first time, and he had dark hair then, and then Attila Turgay, and Flat Cohen, and Bill Deacon, and Serdar Dursun, Glenn Baker, and these 2 people in this picture on the left side from Gülhane Askeri Tıp Academy. He is one of the 3 people who brought child psychiatry to Turkey, and also the other one is Mr. Köksal, and unfortunately we lost them. And Öznar Köknar, he was the first person who wrote the psychiatry book, actually. In 2008, we were in Antalya, and then David was with us, and Stan Kutcher was with us as again. David Walvin as well. In Istanbul, once again, we met again, and this was about the resistance. And during this Congress, we had sadness as well as we had the happiness, because Herbert Meltzer was supposed to make the inauguration speech, and Mr. Esat Göktepe is the professor and is the faculty member of the as well as the department founder of the department in Marmara University, but unfortunately we lost him just 2 days ago during that time, on the day of the Congress. And also, distinguished audience, distinguished participants,
welcome to the 3rd National Psychopharmacology Congress. Our Congress is held on a sad occasion. Our first session was supposed to be held with the moderation of Mr. Esat. He has passed away. After these speeches, I won't prolong. I will just give some anecdotes about Mr. Esad. He himself was the most experienced, and I invited him to moderate the session. And he said, during that time, I will be retired. I mean, he asked, like, could I? He was hesitant in the phone, and I said, no, sir. On paper, you may be retired, but in our hearts and minds, you will be in charge. And he himself had said, I accept. But sadly, we couldn't realize this. And we continue with the friends he cherished and nourished. And he may not be here physically. Despite this, we believe he is still here with us. Yes, Neltzer opening speech was after this. It was wonderful.
First speaker in your third annual symposium for the Turkish Psychopharmacology Society. I understand how sad a day this is for you, and I can appreciate the loss this is. I would like to dedicate this lecture to the memory of Professor Gupta. What was described in terms of his belief in patient-centered clinical activities, the use of medication, and his devotion to teaching resonate with me. I know very well the excellence of Turkish psychiatry. I will describe in a moment my own experience working with young people from Turkey.
Sonra kürsüye
On, we had David Oster with his wonderful Turkish. Last year we were in Antalya. Yes, later on, back then, we had bipolar's side. Melissa Del Bello, child psychiatrist. Alisa, Alisa Fet was there with presentation. Professor Ismail, our first president, was the moderator. And we had Mr. Herbert and David Osser in our award ceremony. Here they are presenting their awards. 2010, in Antalya, once again, we had John Crystal, a biological psychiatrist, and with their Joseph Sohar, Angelos Halaris, Tahir Telloğlu came all the way from US, Rasim Zomer Diler, similarly, and Serdar Dursun there. Mr. Kemal and Kazım here, in their prime, yes. We see Kazım's hair still having the color. Later on, 2011 Congress. For the first time, we had Cloninger in the opening speech. He came also last year, I believe, a total of two. Irvin Kirsch and Ian Anderson had a wonderful seminar. And we had the topic of, is placebo really that effective? And having these two researchers was wonderful. They had intense work done over placebo. It was a wonderful duet. Yes. From Czechia, we had the valued researchers. Again, India's Psychiatric Society chairman, Rasim, was there. From Greece, we had our friends come over. From Malaysia, we had a group in attendance. And from 2013 afterwards, we included child and adolescent psychology, and it still goes on like that. And from the next year onwards, it will probably be split because both groups have grown large and they can have their own congresses. 2014 year, we have people come over. Brian Lerabant's year, from 2013 onwards, Stefan came over, and many other valuable people. 2015 Congress. This one had BAP especially, with wonderful discussions of workshops of bipolars and Peter Haddad, Nico Ferrier, and many valuable attendees gave their presentations. And Brian was always, like Andy, was present. Luan Hoyd, Troy, yes. And this was our certificate program. You can see it. And yeah, 2016 Congress happened. And again, For the first time, we had an international president, Brian Leonard, and had the opening speech by David Nutt and many science people. And Andy was a complete subscriber by this point, and we continue to see their support today. We see Brian's opening speech, and after that, keynote speeches by Mr. Kemal, also was a moderator himself by David.
Professor Nutt.
Professor Nutt, we invite you on stage for your speech. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here today. It is a greater honor to be here again because last year, if you remember, I didn't have this many grays on my head, but by the time passed, I had more, and I just hope it won't be 8 more years after. Again, Hakan and Alan Young was in attendance. Again, Halaris and others, and more. Again, we had an IPT and Interpersonal Therapy Association. We had a joint certificate program, CINP and TAP certificate program, similarly. And Brian Leonard was the lead in this. We honor him. Yes. Brian Leonard sadly passed away in 2023, so briefly we honor him. And after 2013, he attended every Congress up until the pandemic. Again, 2016, he was the international president. And that year, CINP certificate program by 4 young researchers was presented. He himself held many important positions. I'm sure you recognize BAP presidency to CINP presidency. He held many titles.
And I think the enthusiasm of the young people in Turkey for neuroscience, for psychiatry, and we need to open up the whole of Europe, I think, both for Turkey to come to us and us to come to Turkey. I'm a great believer in internationalism, and I think coming here will help.
Ve hayatımda gördüğüm
I believe he was truly a man of inspiration, a man dedicated his life to science. Even with his walking stick, he came many times. And this one time, I believe he broke his leg in like Siberia or China and came here from the hospital. Yes, and Faiza in 2023 and 24 in that Congress, the last years, honored him with a wonderful presentation. After that, Kenan will continue the segments. For the future, take note in your agendas. And we wish that great and memorable congresses will be held all together for a better future that will last with even better memories. Thank you all. Professor Dr. Mesut, thank you for your speech. Now for the next keynote speaker, Psychopharmacology Association Chairman and Congress Chairman Kemal Sayar is expected on stage. Thank you.
Guests, it's a great pleasure to be with you in this wonderful meeting. Çok teşekkürler.
Victor Hugo has a quote, and there's nothing stronger than an idea when it's time. This Congress is an idea first, and then was an action, which started with a man's dream. So, to Mesut Çetin, I offer you my gratitude to have this Congress in Turkey. However, these congresses are not just established by will. It requires a great teamwork, be it with my chairmanship or with Mesut's leadership, at all times, with us, with love, passion, joy. Many of our team members had worked with us. In fact, after a while, during my chairmanship, I receded and let younger ones take lead and work more. And honestly, it was a great teamwork. Many members of the team working in synchronization and good behavior, and they still continue. Countless exchanges, meetings, and a wonderful results in reality. I mean, Mr. Mesut was showing the slides. I also looked back myself, and many of these speeches I have attended, I'm going to say almost from the beginning. As a listener, moderator, speaker myself, I took part in these and I've learned a lot of things, apparently. Like the scientists listed here. I've met most of them one by one, asked them questions, joined in their discussions, remembered what I heard, and in my occupational development, they had a substantial influence. That's what I felt when I was listening. And I want to give you a reminder. Firstly, child psychology team we have is strong. They're all on international levels of standards. Many of our valued friends, siblings, I dare say. Last year, they were thinking of having a separate Congress, but after long and tedious negotiations, we decided to stick together, and I will declare it here that the child psychology team with Öztürk's leadership, our child psychology team, will continue together with us from the next year and onwards. And the next year's banner yet to feature them, but they will be there eventually. I have slides perhaps we can show. Yes, can this like have a continuous slideshow? In here, of course, at this Congress, what was the most beautiful was that it was on the international scale. Valuable scientists and people of science. In fact, every year, one year after the other, they became our friends. And having a wonderful, conclusive discussion platforms, becoming a delight of knowledge. And believe me, the youth are inspired by this. For 2 days, from different zones of Anatolia across Turkey, many younger people have come and offered us their thanks. They all thank you for hosting a such Congress. In Turkey, the science quota is held perhaps the highest in this Congress. However, it is not just something we will, it is something you contribute. Many keynote speakers coming from lands afar, traveling and perhaps suffering the path to here. And it is their contribution that made this. Friendships are built, new people have been met, new concepts are comprehensively understood, and all of these build this Congress one year after the other, marking on our calendars with excitement, counting days down for 4 days in a year, always remembered and cherished in simply 4 days. And we always leave here with wonderful memories. In the next years, our target is to have this Congress much more globally spread, and we expect support from our friends, Gulf countries, neighboring countries, perhaps Far East nations, and European countries. We simply want to reach out more, have more international speakers, more listeners. Not everybody has to, force themselves to talk. But for regional countries, I believe this will be a value given. Hopefully, in the next years, this will be accomplished. Of course, long words take our time. Without further, all of them take their time, make time from their crucial, important schedule, and put effort for this Congress. To all of our friends, we would like to thank them. And some of our friends are some of our nucleus. Our nucleus are always at the front. They always work the hardest for the continuation and establishment of this Congress, growing larger per year and have it reach out to even more. And to all of them individually, I thank you. To Mesut for their foundership, to Faiza for their years of effort put forward. And in recent times, we had the opportunity to have joint leadership. My dear friend Mücahit Öztürk, child psychiatrist, with their contributions to the Congress, child psychiatrists, my friends Vahdet Tayyip Cem, Alperen, they also put great effort to have Turkish Psychiatric Association represented. Kazım, our beloved teacher from Hacettepe years, Hacettepe medicine years, from our student years, was a source of inspiration for us. Every year they contribute greatly. I thank them. Ali Safret, with their great contributions, I thank them. Ismail Ak, in Trabzon, we worked together recently. They contributed greatly. Right now, there are many other friends I may not remember. Mesut, I see Aynur there, and many of our friends from pharmacology. Gökhan, I thank you too. Coming here from far, even further away lands, to all of the keynote speakers, I thank you for the effort. Of course, such things cannot continue without demand, without attendance. And so, to our youth here, coming to these halls with the intention of learning, to all of them, I thank you. And this wonderful night will be continued with music afterwards. But there will be music. Our young doctor friend is also not a professional musician, but they study psychiatrics from Marmara University. Our assistant, still studying, Ece. They will have a concert. I mean, we're eating the food we cook, essentially. Our team is presenting the entertainment. And for your efforts, for your attendance, for your support, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. We would like to thank Mr. Kenan for their speech. Psychopharmacology 20th year anniversary to our founder and our past founders honor. We would like to honor awards. For the presentation, we invite Mr. Kenan on stage again. to receive the awards and give a brief speech, Professor Dr. Ismail is invited on stage.
Evet, hepinize katıldığınız için teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you all for your attendance. Mesut is a friend of mine from the military in Gülhane. 45 years ago, we had our, well, quote, internship together. So, in that regard, he helped me a lot. Kemal, since 2010, I knew him. Our friendship continues to this day. In 2005, during a congress, we realized, Mesut said, rather, that we need an association. Absolutely. To save our hide. Mesut, from the residency years, was also in publications. So we would go around, fool around, deal with other stuff, but he would shut himself off and write stuff constantly. I understand that he put the greatest effort. And back then, truth be told, we weren't the ones that gave him the best support, but we wrote articles. Sometimes we worked, and he would put our name in inclusion. And in 2005, we said we need an association just to save our hides. And back then, our friends, Ali Safet and other friends among us here, were here. I was in Trabzon back in the day. He himself was a military man, so he couldn't take the position of the president. He built it, but he made me the president. In a way, still to this day, in fact, suffering secondhand the pains of growth. And when I was the chairman, Mesut, I mean, had it, but I was there for, legal paperwork and such. But the sweat was from him. And in 2015 and onwards, Kemal took charge. They held a wonderful job. And with your strength, we are strong. Our strength is this strength. So we take care of these congresses, we maintain our strength, and I believe grow in terms of attendance and strength, and put the work necessary and carry this country forward. We need things like this. So thank you all for your support and have a good evening.
Takdim etmek üzere Sayın Profesör Doktor Mesut Çetin hocamızı sahneye davet ediyorum. Plaketlerini almak ve konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Sayın Profesör Doktor Ali Saffet Gönül'ü sahneye davet ediyorum.
Hazırlıksız bir konuşma.
Well, this is an unprepared speech. Truth be told, I was not expecting this. Thank you for commemorating our past members. But as this is my 30th year as a practitioner, 28 of which was with Mesut's publications or Congress or an association. And I do not regret a single day. In terms of being international, he gave us an opportunity. And as Kemal just said, many international colleagues have come here, and I've met them, luckily, to have such great opportunity in front of me. And from us to our students, for these opportunities presented to Mesut, to Kemal, and to Mujahid, and to other many to name people, including Faiza, to all of them, I have my eternal gratitude.
Evet, öncelikle çok teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you. First and foremost, it's a great journey, 20 years and counting actively. And aside from it, also, it's a Congress. It's not an easy task to accomplish. 20 years ago, psychopharmacology was finally understood, and they had the desire to make something out of this. To Mesut, first and foremost, thank you. You had such a great foresight. From the beginning, I'd say, rather, since my expertise, I continue supporting. But later on, we realized that child psychology increased. And in attendance, we said, maybe we should take a part. And we added our name to it and continued. And good thing we did, because in terms of child psychology and psychopharmacology, it is often ignored, overlooked, and especially in our field, always taking the backseat in discussions with the Psychopharmacology Congress and later other congresses. This was a topic of discussion. We started bringing in the experts, not just in our field alone. The attendance in our Congress aside, other congresses were also motivated on psychopharmacology. Again, the procedure of a Congress is difficult. In recent times, you know that Congresses, especially in terms of finance, face problems, major problems. But we always see that Psychopharmacology Congress has a demand. Their motivation is purely scientific in origin. This is the biggest value, I'd say. We not topics of which hotel, which city, but rather the sheer focus to gain scientific knowledge is our team's driving force. Mr. Kemal also said that we're going through some turbulent times. I mean, we have a child and adolescent psychopharmacology congress. It's a clash of calendars. And in terms of psychology, we also had an internal discussion about postponing it. But then we decided on that friends that come to our Congress has a motivation. And that motivation is psychopharmacology. Another Congress is not a hindrance. This is a great joy to have later on, national and international, having in terms of child and adolescents with much more interesting debates, panels, and keynote speakers. We will continue. In my field, myself, in this process, with great contribution of many people, as Kemal said, it's not a one-man job. It is a delicate process. We have a team. Wahdet, Alperen, Tayyip, Onur Burak, and others Sena have joined today, and many more. I cannot list all. Younger ones that take a wonderful operation into action. Hopefully, next year's bigger, larger, and much more internationally spread, as said. From internationally to all attendees, to our guests, I thank you for being here. It is an honor. The biggest thanks, perhaps, I should give to our residents and assistants in Congress. Our Congress's goal is to share knowledge and have a spot for ease of access to our resident attendees that have problems but desire to know more. Thank you all and have a good evening.
Feyza Hocam gerçekten.
Listen, so Miss Feza has been committed and she is very committed person. I really would like to thank her. And for one time, she also has been the co-president of one of the congresses, and Mr. Safet is also one of the founders. I don't know whether I have missed this or not. Good evening to you all. And these photographs, we see that we have accumulated many memories. And when I have seen it, I really have become very sensitive, and it has been very touchy. And as a pharmacologist, I have been with this group for 20 years. And a psychopharmacology group, I always perceive the psychopharmacology family as a big family. After participating in the first one, as shown my young time in the picture, I was included within the group, and also the international relations, the co-chairperson or co-presidency. I have been honored with many tasks and assignments, and with the new youngsters, and as well as with our colleagues or friends from abroad, we started forming a kind of a platform, and it is one of the most important psychopharmacology family, is that it encompasses the concept of family. And in order to become a piece to it, it is as if that you're dealing with our hobby. So my voice is triggering, sorry. I'm really grateful to you, and I had a great 20 years, and thank you very much to you all. And I would like to invite Mr. Mücahit Öztürk to present the plaque. And I would like to invite Mr. Ali Kandeyer to the rostrum, to the stage, please. And I would like to speak instead of Ms. Bengi, and with Ms. Bengi, we have been together with her, and she has got great efforts as well in child psychiatry. It is beneficial to say so. This psychopharmacology was not a field that was well known. So because of the missing information, people rather kept themselves away from this field. And we started working together, and she contributed a lot to the association as well. And thank you very much. So just to receive the plaque and the token of appreciation and Professor Vadet Görmez, and I would like to invite Mr. Öztürk to present the token of appreciation. Hello to everyone, and it has been a very long and exhausting day. And 2 or 3 years ago, Professor Tallard from Oxford University, when invited him 4 or 5 years ago, it was about I was telling about the CBT and BD10, and then to which extent I'm related with this, he asked. The psychopharmacology has been always included within these congresses, and because that he has found a place in this congress, so for that reason, I'm also very much honored for this, and it has been great participation, and some of the faces are very well acquainted. I know them very well. We're just, I feel that we are a family indeed, and I hope that there would come along the continuation, and thanks a lot. And for the presentation or the talk now, appreciation, I would like to invite Ms. Feyza Arıcıoğlu to the stage, please. And just to receive the token of appreciation and to deliver the speech, I would like to invite Mr. Eric Vermetten.
No. I'm very honored to receive this. Coming the last couple of years, I see the warmth and the friendship that is being built here. I've seen some of my colleagues that have become friends over the years. You can see that this is built with a vision when it was founded, and with wisdom, and then only with that foundation you can grow to what it is now. So I'm very happy to receive this, and as you said, Mesut, last year, it does come with an assignment, right? So you gave an assignment for us. We said, okay, let's do a special issue for the journal, right? And I'm very happy to tell you that we have realized a special issue with 11 papers. No, I really feel that's also important to meet here, but also to produce. We're all clinicians, we're scientists, and we have been able to produce to the journal 11 papers that have found a home. I always talk about papers need to find a home. From a range of countries, from Turkey itself, from Canada, from the US, from the Netherlands, from Ukraine, and you'll see them coming. So I'll just mention a few, from 3-MDR to equine-assisted interactions, from PTSD-related mental health problems and risk factors after an earthquake, very relevant, from prevalence and distribution of mental disorders and inpatient psychiatry service of a large military hospital in Ukraine, to psychometric validation and cultural adaptation of the Turkish version of the global psychotrauma screen. Very, very, very worthy journal papers to the journal. And as I was listening in today to the Senator Stan, we need our social cohesion, I think, from a conference like this very much. Our fabric of our discourse is being challenged, and I think it's very important that we keep our discourse, that we keep ourselves together for the years or for the challenges that are ahead. So, and even more, I feel that being part of this community of colleagues, of mental health professionals, we care for the patients that we do it for, because that's our momentum, that we see that mental health needs to be improved rather than deteriorated, because that's a real challenge for the society at large. We thrive because of a good mental health function on the individual level, on the meso level, and at the leadership level as well. So thank you very much, and I wish you prosperity and health and many future conferences to come. Thank you very, very much.
Plaket takdim etmek üzere Sayın Profesör Doktor Ali
For presentation of the token of appreciation, I would like to invite Ali Saffet Gönül and to receive the plaque, the token of appreciation, Marek Kubicki, to the stage, please.
Years, it's a long time. I came here 7 years ago for the first time, and I came here because I've never been to Turkey before, and I was interested in people, culture, history, and I fell in love with all of those, but I also kept coming because of the conference itself. You've done an excellent job, wonderful job, bringing your junior people here to learn, bringing international people to give those talks. But I've heard yesterday 200 residents that are sponsored to come here. It's wonderful. It's not another conference in the world that does that. And some of those people come to my lab, and I know how well they're trained, how much you care about their training, because they are always prepared, hardworking, smart, curious about everything. And we keep some of them with us, some of them come back, do their research here, and I just wish you keep doing what you're doing. It's wonderful. Thank you.
plaketlerini takdim etmek üzere Sayın
Presentation of the token of appreciation, I would like to invite Mesut Çetin and to receive the token of appreciation and to receive the token of appreciation and to deliver the speech, I would like to invite Xin Li to the stage, please.
Good evening. So excited to be here for the 20th anniversary celebration. I counting back. I've been here more than 10 years. Start first trip 2014. So it's 10 years. I was recruited to University of Alberta in the year of 2013. And the first story that I heard about the international outreach for the department is from Glenn Baker, Sir Adolescent, and my friend Andy Grinshaw. So the second year I have been in Alberta, I made the first trip, and I could not give up this addiction coming here again and again. And also, just like Masood, it's so calm and welcome, and also a wonderful host and a friend. So we come here for a meeting, and I come here to meet you here. And he gave me a task, and I tried to mobilize and invite more speakers from different parts with my natural connection with China. So this year I have been able to invite 14 speakers for this conference, and quite a number of speakers in the last few years. And Andy and I also working together invite more Canadian speakers. Probably we have, every year we have 5 to 7 speakers from our own department. And certainly we'll have to contact Andy Grenshaw many times, and you're so wonderful to guide us to this stage. So thank you so much, and I for sure want to contribute to this journal and the society, and hopefully we'll have many years to come. Thank you very much.
Plaket takdimi için Sayın Profesör Doktor Mesut Çetin hocamızı ve plaketini almak ve konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Sayın Profesör Doktor Yuan Huaç.
I would like to invite Huan Chuoyu for the receiving of the token of appreciation and for delivery of the speech.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Professor Mishu and the Turkish colleagues. Without your persistency, you cannot have such a long period for this society. My name is Yuanhua Qiu. I came from Taiwan, a place where provides the most computer chips in the world. And actually, my role is a representative of Asia Association of Neuropsychopharmacology. In this society, I learned the cohesion, how to organize a society. I also earned a lot of friendship. I was a founder for two major society in Asia, one called Asia Collegium of Neuropsychopharmacology. It's ASCMP. I was a second president. I also organized the Asia Association of Neuropsychopharmacology. I was also the president. People always ask me why you need to found two societies in neuropsychopharmacology. As you know, it's a very diverse in Asia country, no matter the scientific level and the economic level. So in North Asia, I have this ASCMP. We include Japan, Korea, and mainland China. And since people in this area, they can do very good scientific work, but they don't speak English well. But in South Asia, they don't do research, but they can speak English fluently. So it's very difficult to organize them together. In the past 20 years, I think I also invited some colleagues from Asia, like Korean, Kyushu Ha, and Professor Mark from Hong Kong University. But still, I think I need to work harder. I hope in the next 20 years, I can invite more Asia colleagues and make this conference more international. I think that's very important. I still remember in 2006, if you still remember, in 2016, there was a big bomb event in Istanbul. Very few colleagues, they attend this meeting. And my wife, Rita, she's sitting there. She said, oh, it's a bit difficult, dangerous to go to Istanbul and to go to this meeting. But I say, no, I believe Misut. I think the bomb will not bomb second times at the same time. So I come here. I think Mishu is my best friend in Turkey and even in Europe. I think I will work very hard, make this society internationally. Thank you.
Plaket takdimi için Profesör Doktor Kemal Sayar hocamızı, plaketini almak ve konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Sayın Profesör Doktor Andrew Greenshaw'u sahneye davet ediyorum.
It's always a huge pleasure to come to this meeting, to meet old friends, to make new friends, to see young people improving and growing and taking over leadership positions. Masood and I were talking earlier, and he was talking about how much work it is to come here. I don't like work, I like to play. And I like to play with people that I like. And this meeting is playtime for me with people that I really like. And I think that is the secret sauce that makes this society my favorite one in the world. So I'm always coming back. Thank you so much.
Çok kez kongrelerimize katılıp
He attended to our meetings many times in order to give the token of appreciation. Distinguished Professor Dr. Arıcıoğlu, please come to the stage. In order to get the award, Distinguished Professor Dr. David Oser, please come to the stage.
Well, this is my 7th trip here, and I'm very grateful to certainly to all of the people that have become my friends and the new friends I've made this year. I want to echo what everybody else has said about the wonderful camaraderie and friendship that draws people to this meeting, such as myself. Now, I'm also very grateful for the support that people here in Turkey are interested in what I have to say, my algorithms for psychopharmacology. You want to keep having me back to hear more of them. And you consider it an honor to have me come and present these. But at home, when I tell people that I'm going to Turkey again, their reaction is always, you want to go back again? What's going on? Why do they want you to come back again? What's going on with those people there? So they don't understand what is going on in this meeting. So I've started to bring some of my colleagues who, to show them what's going on with this conference, how wonderful it is, how much you have to learn, how much you have to give to these young people in Turkey who are going to be leaders in the field and currently are leaders in the field. You'll be meeting them and having the friendships that I've been privileged to have all these times coming. So I hope to keep coming as well and bring more people from the United States because they need to know more about what's going on in Turkey with psychopharmacology. It's not so well known there. And we're working hard to change that. So thank you again.
plaket takdim
To present to you a token of appreciation, distinguished lecturer Mesut, please come to the stage. Distinguished Professor Dr. Ellen Young, please come to the stage to get our Ellen Young.
Thank you very much. I'm very honoured and pleased to be given this plaque, and I'm very honoured and pleased to be part of your meeting. I echo what all of the previous speakers say about it being a terrific meeting. It's really encouraging young people, bringing people on, being inclusive, and really supporting science. But I'd like to perhaps say two extra things. One is that this is a great plaque, but there should be a giant plaque for the people who founded and organized the society. I'm very aware, having been involved with societies, how difficult it is to keep things going, how troubled finances can be, and also the vast amount of work that goes into setting up and running a meeting like this. So I think there should be a giant plaque for all of you. The next thing I'd like to say is I think the next 20 years for all of us are going to be extremely exciting. We've heard about some of the real breakthroughs that are coming. I think psychopharmacology goes through cycles. There's perhaps been a bit of a relatively fallow cycle for a few years, and that's changing. It's changing massively. We're seeing not only new treatments coming in terms of new brain systems and new therapeutic targets, extension to every phase of the life cycle, but also the utilization of new technology like artificial intelligence and digital approaches. So let's keep going for another 20 years and let's keep supporting the society and the meeting. Thank you very much.
Plaket takdimi için Sayın Profesör Doktor Kemal
Token of awards, distinguished lecturer, Mr. Kemal, please come to the stage, and to get Mehriban Heval Özgen, please come to the stage.
Herkese. It's a pleasure to be here. This was not expected, so I don't have a speech, and I'm super excited. I finished the medical school in Turkey, 2001, and after passing the medical exams to become a specialist, I made my family proud, and I said, okay, now I can go to do my further studies in Europe. I went to study genetics and neuroscience, and that path brought me to transcultural psychiatry. Then I met my esteemed colleagues, my Turkish colleagues here, and started to come to these congresses. That's my path in migration, and now I combine migration, neuroscience of migration. Today I presented. It's an absolute privilege to be here. I thank you, all of you. Good night.
plaket takdimi için Sayın Profesör
Token of award, Kemal Sayar, distinguished lecturer, please come to the stage. And in order to get the token, distinguished Professor Dr. Mesut Yıldız, please come to the stage. Obviously, I don't have any speech prepared as well, especially in the between the international speakers. People get excited a lot because of the feeling of this togetherness. I felt actually 20 years ago with huge efforts. We have planted a tree and it now grew and it's now a garden with many of the participants, both international and both friends coming from Anatolia and specialists. Actually, this place is a place to learn. I hope more to come. Thank you. In order to present a token of appreciation, Professor Dr. Vatet Görmez, please come to the stage, and also Sanitary Professor Stan Kucher, please come to the stage to get the award.
Merhaba.
Thank you, I'm honored.
Why are we here? And there is one very important thing that binds us all together. We are here because we want to improve the lives of young people and their families everywhere in this world. But we are also here because of leadership and opportunity. Your leadership has brought us here, and I thank you for it. The opportunity is for us to discuss, to debate, to disagree, and to learn from each other, to encourage the young people to take our mantles as we have to release them to them. It's an incredible privilege to be able to do that. It also, this meeting, has an opportunity that no other meeting that I have ever been at, be it medical, psychiatric, or political, has. And that is the incredible warmth, the hospitality, the genuine interests of our hosts and of this wonderful country you call Turkey. Thank you.
Evet, şimdi
The poster child of our Congress, distinguished Associate Professor Ayşe Sakallı Kani. I would like to thank my distinguished lecturers that put me in the organizational committee of this organization, distinguished participants, speakers, and audience. Thank you very much. In order to present the token of appreciation is Vahdet Görmez, distinguished Professor Vahdet Görmez, please come to the stage, and distinguished lecturer Müjahit, please come to the stage to get the award. I am accepting this token of appreciation in name of Hasan Turan Karatepe. He had a knee injury, is now in the hole, but he has trouble when walking. And he is sending his respectful rewards and greatest wishes. I would like to invite Shimili, Professor Dr. Shimili, to present the token of appreciation. In order to get the token of appreciation, distinguished Professor Dr. Mr. Chetan, please come to the stage. I'm emotional in this warm night. I think it's a bit exaggerated, but we are like a family. I mean, we are exactly like a family. I get that warmth from everyone. Thank you very much. This year we also have an all between us. Welcome again. We are waiting him to other congresses as well in Georgia. He is. Thank you. In order to present the token of appreciation, distinguished Dr. Kazım Yazıcı, and in order to get the token of appreciation, distinguished Professor Dr. Kemal Sayar, please come to the stage.
Efendim çok
It was really a good night. Thank you very much for coming. I would like to give my word to Kazım Yazıcı, one of my professors. He was a source of amusement during while I was an assistant. He was really a good brother and valuable brother for us. He's a good expert. So I would like to give him some words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for organizing this Congress and for establishing this psychopharmacology associations, Mr. Mesut, and the other presidents, the next presidents that established these associations, and all of the other participants that has been here. Thank you very much for their contributions. I have been working here for nearly 16 years, and I have really took good advantage of this. It was really a good opportunity for us to be here. So this is really a good contribution for the Turkish psychiatry. It is a really great honor for me to thank to the international guests for joining us here together.